What if I told you that staying awake too long can slowly destroy your mind? In a world that relentlessly praises our hustle, we often neglect an overlooked element of our existence: sleep. This video will explore the dark consequences of depriving ourselves of this essential escape and the chilling realities it brings. Imagine the chaos that ensues after just 24 hours without sleep. Your brain begins to malfunction in ways that are both unsettling and surprising. Focus collapses, much like a poorly constructed house being hit by a storm. Tasks that once felt simple morph into monumental challenges. Your reaction time slows. Suddenly, everything feels heavy, like walking through a thick fog, each movement draped in confusion. You're not just tired. Your cognitive functions start to mimic those of an inebriated person. Consider the studies showing that performance deficits after a sleepless night can be equivalent to a blood alcohol concentration of 0.1%. That's right. You might be more impaired than you realize. As clarity slips from your grasp, familiar surroundings become disorienting, revealing the unsettling power of sleep deprivation. You stand on the precipice of your own mental abyss, where shadows loom ever closer. Now let's delve deeper into our explorations. After 48 to 72 hours of wakefulness, reality begins to fragment in ways that are truly alarming. Hallucinations appear, seeping into your consciousness, blurring the lines between what's real and what's a figment of fatigue's making. You might catch flashes of movement out of the corner of your eye, or perhaps hear whispers that pierce through the ambient noise, sending chills down your spine. Memory becomes unreliable, slipping through your fingers like grains of sand. Conversations you had just hours before are soon forgotten, diminishing into an unreliable tapestry. Your emotions swing wildly. Laughter can turn to tears in the blink of an eye, morphing your psychological landscape into a battleground rife with fear and paranoia. As your cognitive faculties erode, you feel yourself becoming a ghost in your own life, disillusioned and desperately yearning for the solace that sleep undeniably provides. But what if this unyielding cycle of sleeplessness continues? After several days without sleep, your resilient brain resorts to drastic measures. The brain forces shutdowns, entering survival mode, where microsleeps happen without warning, often lasting only seconds. 1 minute you're wide awake. The next, your surroundings blur into a disconcerting haze, and you drift into moments of fleeting oblivion. During these episodes, you lose complete control over your thoughts. As they clash and collide with alarming velocity, you become ensnared in a psychological labyrinth where the boundaries of reality and dreams intermingle, forming a grotesque landscape of confusions. As the exhaustion gnaws at your core, fatigue transforms your entire being, challenging the very essence of who you are. The experience can be likened to existing in a horrifying dream that you cannot escape, a relentless nightmare materializing while you are wide awake. To understand the gravity of sleeplessness, let's examine the science. Sleep serves as a vital period for the brain to cleanse itself and restore its functioning. During sleep, especially in stages such as slow-wave sleep and REM, neurons are engaged in critical housekeeping activities. Toxins accumulated during wakefulness, such as beta amyloid, a marker linked to Alzheimer's disease, are flushed out. Neural connections undergo repair, reinforcing memories and enhancing problem-solving abilities. However, without this foundation of sleep, cognitive damage begins to accumulate, akin to neglecting a valuable asset until it falls into disrepair. The overarching implications of chronic sleep deprivation show alarming correlations to conditions like depression and increased rates of neurodegenerative diseases. The data reveals a grim reality where the absence of sleep doesn't simply affect our alertness. It signifies a countdown toward mental and physical decline. Now, let's ground our understanding with an extraordinary real-life example. In 1964, Randy Gardner, a teenager, undertook a sleep deprivation experiment and stayed awake for an astonishing 11 days straight. His harrowing experience illuminated the severe mental perturbations that can occur. As the days dragged on, Randy succumbed to debilitating hallucinations, where reality twisted and morphed. He faced eerie sensations of unfamiliarity even in familiar settings. Memory loss plagued him, erasing snippets of his once reliable identity. The psychological distress he experienced was profound and left lasting impressions, eerily mirroring symptoms exhibited by those with serious mental health issues. This cautionary tale serves as a vivid reminder that pushing our limits too far, an all too common practice in today's fast-paced world, can lead to devastating psychological consequences. Long-term sleep deprivation is not a benign issue. It's intertwined with a multitude of health risks that can significantly impair your quality of life. Research has shown that chronic sleep deficiency correlates strongly with increasing rates of anxiety, chronic depression, and various mood disorders. Our immune systems become markedly weakened, making our bodies more susceptible to a plethora of illnesses. Studies indicate an alarming connection between prolonged sleeplessness and neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's. The consequences of not heeding the essential requirement of sleep alter the very fabric of our existence, transforming us into mere shadows of our healthier, more vibrant selves. It's critical to recognize that sleep deprivation is not simply about fatigue. It is intricately woven into the fabric of our mental and physical health. In conclusion, sleep is not merely a break from our daily grind, it is a fundamental necessity for our survival. What would happen if you stopped sleeping tonight? The repercussions would be stark and immediate, unveiling a rapid decline into cognitive and emotional turmoil. Embrace the necessity of sleep. It holds the key to restoring our sanity, rejuvenating our minds, and preserving our very existence. As we venture further into the 21st century, let's not forget the power of a good night's rest. Remember, sleep is not just for the weak. It is for everyone who wishes to thrive.